overpass. Again, back-to-back overpass, Anders.
Yeah, I like it.
I do enjoy the overpass, so I'm not too disappointed with this. Let's go. 0-0. SK Gaming starting on the CT side, HellRaisers on the T side, and Angel is going to be the one going for the utility on HellRaisers. Double flash and a smoke, the rest of his teammates running Kevlar. And while SK Gaming, no subtlety here. All Kevlar.
Yeah, and look at the mad gamble here coming out. They only have Fallen on B. Now, there are 3 people nearby in Connector, but just imagine if that had been a Dignitas-style rush into the B-bomb site. Fallen would have probably been trucked almost immediately. But as it happens, it works out quite well. And Fallen taking out Dead Fox. That's such a big kill. Critical player for HellRaisers. Now, they are going to have a furious fight here. FNX already picking up 1 kill, and Fur running right in. Look at the follow-up there. Just perfect play and a perfect read coming out of SK.
Total obliteration. Well, Angel, that's not what you wanted that flash for, or at least, you know, you wanted to kind of save that for pushing onto the site along with your mates. Instead, FNX is going to dome you. 3 kills for FNX. Fantastic start here for SK, and they pick up the CT pistol. So a huge win because they're going to obviously just keep rolling forward. Let's see. Double ump. I'm curious. We're going to see some rifles here picked up. I mean, Fallen could go for the FAMAS combo. He's done that in the past. Triple, quad, and a scout.
All right, then.
Okay, then. What?
The Brazilian approach. I like it. That pistol round is really interesting. That should probably be examined even further because it's a big risk in the first, say, 20 seconds of the round when you're not quite in position. But as soon as the 3 people are in connector, if there is a rush going on, Fallen just has to buy a little bit of time, and those 3 are going to come help out. Angel with a knockout blow to Fallen. Headshot, the deagle to the face. It's going to be the end of him, and that's a little bit of a scary start for SK. They're going to fall all the way back.
Yeah, that's a bit scary for Fur in particular. He's known for his ultra aggression. That's kind of the strength that he brings to SK's table, and we saw when they had the Showtime standing in for him on the roster how SK struggled without Fur going for those YOLO pushes, you know, applying pressure to their opponents and giving space for the rest of his teammates to work with. Fur getting snuffed and lacking the confidence to go for pushes like that in the future might be telling. Taco and Fallen, though, they're going to restore some order over here on the B side of the map. They pick up 2 kills.
Yeah, and HellRaisers actually had 3 people outside of that tunnel. I mean, it was pretty good cover fire being presented by Fallen there. But I think if HellRaisers had actually moved forward right when the push was coming, that would have been way better. They were a little bit too passive in that engagement. Now they're going to try and see if they can follow up on the A-bomb side here, but the rotation is already happening, and I think right now SK have a pretty good idea what's going on. FNX will be going down to Dead Fox, who almost picks up a second kill. Pistols out, and it's going to be Angel headshot through the truck, and suddenly it's a 2-on-3.
And it's not looking too hot here. Fallen, he's going to have that UMP, but Dead Fox will get overwhelmed. Eventually, Taco hunts him down, and Taco looking for the second spray, but he runs out of bullets. Fallen's there to pick up the kill, the trade, but Angel is still alive, and that bomb is ticking. Bomb is planted for Angel as well, and Fallen, quick peek, gives away Angel's position. Trying to bait some kind of reaction, and there's the tap, and there's the kill. Very well done by Fallen. He has a kit, so he has plenty of time for the defuse.
Wow.
But that's almost like a throwaway round as far as SK are concerned, it looks like. I mean, they don't look too disappointed with themselves, but they lost 4 players there. They're going to have to spend a lot of money again in this round. Yeah,
that's a very bad round for SK. They lost way too much then. HellRaisers, they get the bomb plant. They're just going to buy into this round. Makes perfect. And look at what they got. They got, what, $750 combined on SK.
Fur goes for an HE instead of a smoke. That's an interesting decision. Just because, I mean, you know, the HE, it's a gamble. The smoke, though, could make the difference. I do like the aggression from Fallen early on. And he is going to find the pick. Goes for the repeak. Ballsy play. Finds the kill on Angel. So a man advantage now for SK Gaming.
Gonna make them feel a little bit better. But they should know now that they're up against rifles as well. That in itself is some pretty good info to play off of. Honestly, shocked that it got that close in the last round. The bomb is being brought over towards Long, along with 2 other players, just leaving Zero behind it down towards Connector. So we'll see if he's going to be able to be the backup player here. I mean, if he can clear out Connector, that'll give them a lot more space to work with.
And Fur taking a very passive angle. He was originally holding bank looking towards Long, and now he's just going to allow them to walk up if they want to come from Long. He's going to allow them to get onto the site because he has Fallen, and he has FNX there to back him up now. Fallen going to get in there with that AWP. Or lining up the smoke, rather. But are they going to commit to this? I mean, 40 seconds left here, HellRaisers. Yeah, sure, Zero is out on the B side. He's managed to sneak his way over there, and he's getting info, but you're pretty much committed at this point. You have to go for A.
Oh, and Zero gonna fall to Taco. That means the game is up. They know now that this is an A push coming through. Fallen will miss one, but Bondic is still going to be going down. This is not looking good right now for HellRaisers. Stico will be picking up 1 kill on FNX. Still a lot more to come. They're up on the box though. Fallen going to get hunted. That is a good kill, but Dead Fox is still alone, and he's out in the middle of the site. A lot of damage being put into SK. Credit to HellRaisers for that, but without the bomb plant, I mean, even without the round win here, they just can't really buy into the next one. It would be a fun time if they just followed up with Tech 9 armor here just to keep the pressure on SK, but at the same time, that would also be a big, like a really big gamble.
All I can think of watching that is that Fallen must be pissed at Fur. This Fur is supposed to be Fur is supposed to be the second angle behind Fallen. How the hell does the guy get up on the box to just spray down on Fallen when Fur is supposed to have Fallen's back? So that it's little odd mistakes like that we're seeing from SK Gaming that we're just not really used to seeing at all. In general, It's almost like that hive mind kind of play where there is no gap, no weakness to exploit.
And I think it was I think it might have been the smoke that landed towards first position that made it that meant he couldn't. It didn't feel like he could probably find a way out there, but a little bit tricky. Some boosts going in. We do have 2 Deagles in play.
I like it, clever. Not going to work though. Still, forces Fallen to give ground, and they've gone for a similar setup to what they had in the pistol round actually here. SK Gaming, 3 players down in connector. So we'll see if this is actually going to work. coldzera falling off towards the B site, leaving FNX and Fur now in connector, but there is Zero waiting over there towards the T side exactly. And they're kind of getting boxed in here. This is just a little bit scary. They've still got a way out towards sewers, and Fur is going to find 1 kill with that MP9, so a little bit of bonus money going into his pocket. Might go for the challenge on Angel. He does, decides to go for it, and not going to work for him. He gets picked off.
Grenade, we're not going to do anything, but Angel goes down anyway. Cold was ready for him to get out. They have given up a lot of space on this B bomb side. Taco is so far back, and I'm not quite sure why that is. If they had all been rushing B, that could have been scary. Bomb plant will be going through in the last second. Taco, not quite quick enough then. That was a really odd setup. They had 2 in A, 2 in connector, and Taco in B. Now, I'm kind of okay with that if Taco has a way of getting advanced information, but he was so far back that if they had all been rushing B, then Taco would have been alone against 4 or 5 people there. A little bit curious, that kind of setup. Just
a tough sort of scenario for SK, I think, because considering that was practically a hard eco, that's where you're going to feel, even if you win the round, that you kind of lost it because you allowed that bomb plant to happen.
Yeah.
Look at how well equipped HellRaisers are now with that bonus money, full nades, Dead Fox, even with the AWP Kevlar helmet, full nades, right? So it is going to make a difference. And FNX persists with the UMP. So this is still a little touch and go. SK Gaming in the lead 4-0. And a default approach here from HellRaisers. They're thinking, okay, if you want to take these aggressive positions, we're going to look to try and punish you. Bit like Dignitas was handling G2 on Dust 2.
HellRaisers have shown some good strength already. I feel like they're really putting the fight to SK. Even when they're far behind, they're still doing it. An interesting wallbang there. Stico knowing the angle. It was a very common position for someone to hold there. Fallen missing a shot again and dropping down to 75 health here. Got to be a little bit careful. Bondic moving up close to first position. I think if HellRaisers can win this round, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. They know they've done so much damage to SK's economy in the last couple of rounds that they're still very close to having a good way into the half here. But right now, they're not being given many options for a kill. There was 1 in connector, and then that's pretty much it. SK falling back extremely defensively. They're really shuffling around so much, SK.
Yeah, for some reason, they thought it was going to be B, it looked like. Now they've rotated 3 players up towards A. 30 seconds left here for the push. HellRaisers just going to be running through. Effective flash is going off, but Fur not able to find the kill on Bondic. That's going to open things up. Bondic full flashed, and FNX manages to dart forward, picks up 1, but he runs out of bullets again. Not to get the second kill. And that leaves it down to Taco and coldzera in a 2v4. Not going to happen, although Cold is putting up a good fight. He drops Bondic.
They still have a smoke, still have a Molotov left there on Stico. I don't see this being possible. Angel going to get the headshot as well to take out Taco. And Cold with 6 health, obviously world-class player, but this is too much to ask. Best he could do, maybe get some exit frags on whoever is going to be running away, but he can't even escape the bomb from this position. So he is kind of committed to this anyway. If they fall too far away, no, someone's going to stick around. I think Stico's there to make sure no tricks are going to happen.
All right, Cold. You're running out of time.
He really wants that exit. He's committed. He's giving it all.
Shame. No joy.
All right, then. Very interesting. I'm not sure what... I feel like they are looking like a team that is a little bit in a disarray. That it's fine for them to fall back once they have the initial engagement, but then they're just shuffling all over the map, rotating people back and forth between A and B, and just not having very much information to go off of. I feel like they are they need to play a little bit more structured here.
For some reason, what I'm wondering right now is, does Fallen have a wrist issue or an arm issue? Because it seems like after every round, he's like stretching out his arm above his head. And I don't know, it's just something I keep noticing. I keep seeing him raise his arm above his head like that after every round, trying to stretch or something. So I'm wondering if he's 100% on the physical front.
Maybe we should keep an eye on that. Fur falling in, but actually, you see HellRaisers are set up expecting this kind of play, so shouldn't be too much of an action for Fur here. Bondig's right around the corner, and he does take a little bit of damage, but now Fur is alone. Fallen's already fallen way back here, and Fur's going to be escaping too. A lot of time off the clock, and HellRaisers playing so carefully. They don't want to get caught by any of SK's tricks here early on. Again, just very solid fundamental Counter-Strike here.
That's just nuts, man. Fur is just... He was out in the middle of the Sahara there, man. There was nobody in connector to watch his back, nobody in restroom, nobody on long. He was just out there. And he still manages to make it out. So, I mean, still, no kill, but a feel-good moment nonetheless. Nice shoulder peek from Angel. Just baits out the shot, gives away the information there on where Fallen's playing from. Fur in restroom going to be able to turn away from the flash. And he hears the footsteps from Bondic. Curious if he's going to try and get that set up. He's going to win the duel, but it's a 1-for-1 trade and no possible refrag opportunity there for Fallen. It's going to take Angel, yep, overstepping this time, and Fallen not going to miss the shot.
It's an important kill for Fallen. Gets the second one too, taking out Stiko. There is a Molotov right on top of him, and he's going to get down by Dead Fox. So pretty good job, but still 2-on-3 here. This is not out of the woods yet. Zero going to pick up a kill. Running through the smoke is FNX, and he does pick up Dead Fox. The bomb is down though, and it's a 1-on-2. Zero going to escape back through the smoke, and he must have made quite a bit of noise then. I'm not sure if Cold Zero heard it, but either way, I'm not sure he can stop this defuse that's happening on the other side of the box. Yeah, FNX is doing it, and Zero, just a very awkward position for him. He needed to have a teammate somewhere else. Still a bomb plant, and still pretty good damage being put in to the SK team. But it will be the Brazilians bouncing right back here, making it 5-1.
Maybe it's not an arm injury. Maybe he's just trying to stretch that sweater. Big baggy sweater. Maybe it's getting in the way of his mouse pad. Maybe
they've figured out like you know, like a turn system where you got to raise your hand if you've got anything to say. Like, you know, can I teach you, please? Can I? It's 5-1 moving into the 7th round here, and HellRaisers, they are going to go for the buy, and I don't blame them for it. All the damage they've put in, we can't quite do the scoreboard, but SK, they must be very low on money, and HellRaisers know it, and they're going to try and switch up the pace here. I think they're going to wait, and once the engagement hits, they're probably going to try and see if they can just take out Fallen immediately. Cold, and look at this, even Taco with a boost on the other side. This might not be the best round for a B push.
No, this setup, it's going to be brutal. There it is. Surprise, surprise, Angel. Never saw that coming. Not a common boost at all.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's when, you know, it's that feel-good moment. Some 6 CS. And well, not necessarily a feel-good moment for HellRaisers. They're definitely down in the dumps after that one, especially now that Fallen's picked off Bondic, who just jumps right in front of him. You can see the frustration evident on Bondic's face, shaking his head.
Yeah, Bondic is one of the more emotional players, which is definitely interesting. I'm glad he's sitting close to the camera. We can get a real sense for it. 3-5, and unlike in previous rounds, HellRaisers haven't been doing too much damage here. They need, if they can pick up 2 kills, 3 kills in this round, it'd still be great. But if they let SK come out of this round with a lot of members still alive, that would be a really big giveaway. Walking up behind is FNX, and this is looking great for the Brazilian side. Dead Fox having a bit of a weird fight with Fur, who is awkwardly jumping around. He's alone, though.
Like playing the floor is lava or something? It was too hot to step on? Like
something like that.
Taco? Nice bait. Very well done. And well, I mean, 8 seconds left here for Dead Fox. Not a whole lot he can hope to do. Taco point blank with the UMP. And he will be able to upgrade to an M4. So well done on his part. And so they should be able to stabilize here. It looks like we're going to have that pause come in. Should be a tactical pause, I imagine, for HellRaisers. Yeah, the coach is doing quite a bit of talking right now, so it should be a tactical pause First one of the day.
Yeah, we didn't see them earlier. You're right. Oh man, I feel really bad for HellRaisers because they are playing SK and everything, but they are actually they're putting on good Counter-Strike. Even though almost all of these rounds have begun with SK getting the entries, still you see HellRaisers fighting their way back to what ends up in a 2v2, 1v2, or something like that. That's pretty impressive. You know, that's really well done. That means if they get the entry instead, probably they win the round. But they're just not really quite able to do it. A bit of a shame.
We're seeing some of the, I mean, especially considering we're seeing some of the vintage SK sort of come through, right? Yes, okay, that did look a little clunky for a moment, but at the same time, the players are playing to their strengths. Fallen, aggressively looking for picks, and more importantly, Fur. You know, he was talked about on the analyst desk as being, you know, one of those guys who's capable of multi-sprays, capable of high-impact plays, but I think his true strength is just being able to push aggro and constantly hunting for frags, constantly trying to destabilize the T side. And right now we're seeing him do that a lot in these rounds where he's pushing all the way up the top, all the way in the middle, taking risks. But that's Fur's play style. That's where he thrives. And so when it comes to Fur, you know, you want to see him going for those kinds of high-risk plays because in general, I mean, when he's on his game, he's getting results. He's getting that kill, and he's able to actually start things for his team that way. And so HellRaisers are having to figure out, well, okay, it isn't right now. We're not running into the weak SK. Right now, we're running into the tournament kind of winning SK. So what do we do, boys?
Something definitely needs to change here, but probably not going to be in this round. They don't have any armor and just some pistols here. Trying to be a little bit aggressive. I mean, this is a round where you maybe don't want to mess around too much. Just try and get it out of the way. Grenade. Oh, going to land right on 4 people. That is some pretty good damage output.
That's unfortunate, but what's more unfortunate is FNX standing his ground and getting picked off by Angel. Fur will be able to trade and take out Stiko. Oh, good gun management here from Fur. No? More or less.
Losing track of what's what at the end. But yeah, obviously you don't want to give up any rifles to the enemy team. You'd think you could just get, you know, carry a rifle in one hand, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. Angel is just not expecting anybody to be there. And then Fur's just like, surprise!
Yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely good stuff. And he's holding his ground still. Not that worried that anyone is going to sneak close. They know they don't have armor anyway, so I don't blame Fur for being a little bit confident here. Oh. Bondic going to try and carry on the torch from Angel. See if he can get a follow-up deagle kill on anybody. That would certainly be nice. Again, a lot of this is about the damage. Like, when you're this far behind, you got to look at the silver lining, and if they could just get a couple of kills in here, then they're not completely out of it.
Oh, well, there's the start. Fur going for the multi-spray, not going to get it. But he does do damage, and Fallen's going to get the cleanup duty, so no problem at all here in the end. Fallen looking for some grenades. That's a little tip there. I mean, now it's second nature for all the players, but if you are tuning in and in matchmaking, you get a kill at the end of the round, you should be running over everybody. Because that's exactly what the players are doing. You pick up a flash, that saves you $200 for the next round. So make it second nature to just run over everything, try and find whatever you can on the ground. It will save you money in the long run and make the difference.
I think this is the round where HellRaisers need to really win it. SK's economy is still not that great. They've actually done a really good job just keep making sure that they can keep the buy or keep the buy happening. But they've done a good job, HellRaisers, keeping SK's economy low, and that's what they need to capitalize on now. But if they can't do it now, if they continue to lose rounds, then the bank will start to grow so much that HellRaisers can't stop them, and it is kind of now or never, I feel like.
And well, no risks really taken in this round. Look at this spread all across the map. Default from HellRaisers, waiting to see if SK are going to go aggressive in this key round. And SK are. I mean, they're putting up some resistance in restrooms between FNX and Fur. They are making it so that HellRaisers will have to wait for the smokes to clear. That's going to burn valuable time off the clock. And in the meantime, Cold taking a fight here at Connector, catches Angel with the Molotov and manages to dodge it as well.
Oh, Bondic. He sees the door close. He knows someone has to be there. Cold Zero caught with a grenade in his hand. That's not the best weapon. A little bit of spray through. That's a dangerous game to be playing, Bondic. On the other side, it's that massive AWP that Fallen is carrying around, and he'll do a lot more damage the other way. 4-on-4 with 34 seconds left here.
Yeah, and we begin the B push from HellRaisers. And it looks like they just want to try and group up and rush. There are the deep flashes. Fallen missing a shot again. And so now, I mean, Taco is here to cover him, but nobody watching Monster. Both of them watching short. And these are the small mistakes that are going to cost him. They just walk right through Monster, and both CT players were watching the same angle.
Definitely a bit of a slip up there. 3 versus 2 now. FNX and Fur trying to see if they could retake this. If they steal it away from HellRaisers now, I don't think HellRaisers can keep up in this overpass game. I think that's going to be soul-crushing if it happens. FNX trying to make a little bit of noise and sneaking up behind first. Going to have to be the one to open it up here. Dead Fox, caught in an awkward position, ends up going down. Now it's a 2-on-2. Still a little bit of time left on the clock here. FNX trying to fight it, and Fur flowing in the flashbangs, coming in from the other side. They're almost out of time, but there's one kill happening. Fur getting close and jumping up. Oh my god, he gets the headshot while jumping, stealing it away from HellRaisers. I said soul-crushing, and it certainly was. What an absurd way to win a round. 8-1. And I don't think you can come back from that. This was the round they needed to win. They still have money because of the bomb plant, but this is too absurd now. I
give that 3 out of 5 Callies.
Yeah, something like that.
It's pretty good. Pretty good Fur. But the M4A1, accurate, just incredibly frustrating. And wow, that's basically what is done in HellRaisers now. Look at this. I mean, they get that bomb plant, so it's not as grim. They have the AKs, and then Fallen manages to pick off Dead Fox, who was just jumping wide, hoping to draw attention to himself. Yes, you did, and Fallen lands the shot. So it's done for you in this round.
I'm not sure if I blinked, but that flick was so quick, I didn't even really see what happened. It looked to me like the scope was in the wrong place, but...
Fallen is very interesting that way, right? In the last round, he was missing those shots towards Monster. You think, oh, you should have hit that. Like, he was going to hit that.
Yeah.
And then he'll hit a crazy shot like that. You're like, oh, okay, then I guess. Shake your head.
And then with following it up with a kill, this is... I think it's very hard. I would be impressed if HellRaisers could mentally stay in the game right now. Fur also hearing them walking up, but he's actually going to get caught. Bondik slowing down the pace and walking a little bit. Gives them at least a chance to get back in the round.
You're right. It comes down to the decision-making here because Zero is still holding outside of B. He hasn't seen anybody yet. It's been relatively quiet. And they went for a similar play earlier on in the half, where Zero worked his way out onto B, tried to draw attention to himself while the rest of his teammates were pushing out long. And I'm curious, I mean, Zero throwing his utility in there, trying to make it look like there is going to be a push coming onto this site. He's going to show himself shortly, and then that's going to be the go signal for his teammates moving up long. But Fallen is here with the AWP. This is not going to be easy.
First shot from Fallen, almost out of it. He should be dead by now. Bondik really putting in a lot of damage there, but it's a triple kill for Fallen regardless. And Zero at the wrong bomb site with no time left. Should either die right now or try and run away, but once the clock is out, he really has to stay alive. It's a good kill on Taco there. It looks like he's going to be safe, so pretty good job at least to save the AK. But no bomb plant and a 9-1 scoreline.
That's a real tough situation for Zero as well. Last time they went for that play, he died instantly to Taco, basically, so it's just like, okay, well, you know, I couldn't really do anything after all. This time around, he actually survives, gets 2 kills out of it. It's his teammates that get obliterated. Opposite day, Anders. Opposite day with teams winning their opponents' matches or maps and with the outcomes of rounds.
That is how it has been pretty much all throughout here in Moscow. Fur, easy enough kill there. I mean, some armor has been picked up on HellRaisers, but it's really minimal. Zero kept on to the AK. Doesn't want to swap it out for anybody else. Just not sure that he had to either, but, you know, maybe give it to Dead Fox if he had armor.
If he had armor, yeah. Cold will eventually drop that AK. Fur will take down Dead Fox. That's going to leave Stiko and Bondik as the last 2 remaining players here for HellRaisers. And, well, HellRaisers, we sit and wait. And maybe, you know, I don't know.
This is...
That stuffed animal is actually really creepy.
Yeah.
I just threw you for a total loop there.
I was wondering where I should go with it. I was going to bring it into like the whole clown theme that's been going on. I just decided not to fuel that fire anymore. It's obviously a ridiculous trend.
Pink elephants. You wonder what's going on over at the Valve offices.
Let's not. 10-1 is the scoreline moving into the 12th round, and I don't know what to say. I feel very bad for HellRaisers because if you are just tuning in, if you're just joining us now, you think, oh, but this is just a regular day, right? SK beating up HellRaisers. Who would have thought anything else? The fact is, for the first 7 rounds of this game, they were they were very competitive versus SK. They had a very good shot of getting many more rounds on the board, and they could have done a lot more damage. But I think the breaking point happens in that 1v1 where the jump shot comes in. Because that was a 3v2 originally with the bomb down, and they were not in a good position, SK. It gets brought back into a win, and HellRaisers would have broken, not entirely, but close to broken SK's economy there, and that could have been the turning point in the game. When that doesn't happen, you've sort of put everything into it. I mean, what do you do?
That's the feeling. Especially because, as it is their destiny to do, they're so close to getting through the groups. They can taste it. They just have to pick up. Well, I mean, I think more importantly right now, it's SK Gaming really stepping up. Not only do HellRaisers stand a chance of actually making it through the groups, but if SK Gaming were to lose this map or the next one, that's it. They're out. It's HellRaisers guaranteed through. So, I mean, there's a lot riding on this best of two here for both of these teams. I mean, obviously, HellRaisers want to play on a stage in Moscow in front of their fans. This is like home territory for them.
Yes, they definitely are one of the home teams here. Na'Vi obviously being the really big one. And they have to fight as well. They are not sure to go through either. So that's going to be just crazy. They're going to be fighting Nip, right, to try and see if they can make it through. That's going to be a hard game to watch. Either way, one of those two teams I think are going home. That's pretty much settled. Fur in the corner, going to pick up the 1, sprays 2, and then Taco to follow it up. 10 seconds left. The bomb is picked up here, but I'm not sure they have enough time to do anything with it. If they had, then Bondik would have been in a fun position to flank, but it is all contingent on the fact that they get the bomb down, and B, otherwise none of it matters. So, like I said, I think everything that happens after the critical point in time where that jump shot comes through, we just have to... I more or less just write off to HellRaisers being fatigued. Like, I don't know how you can get back in a game like that. It's too much, you know. They knew that was their round. They knew they'd kept the pressure on. They'd intentionally forced into that round with AKs and Galils and, you know, try their very best, you know. And it worked. And then it didn't.
And then it didn't. I think that's the key word there. And then life showed how cruel she can be. And you done so. Angel, though, nicely done. Drops Taco, but... Sup, bruh?
Reloading in the face of Cold Zero. There's no way Angel can even know that. It's so unlikely that will happen, but just gotta be frustrating at this point. You see, Angel's got his arms over his head as well, just saying, yeah, just can't even.
That's where your heart stops, though. CS is one of those games that's always capable of giving you that little adrenaline boost, that heart-stopping moment. Turn the corner. Oh, wait, I'm dead. That's it.
I'm out. Classic boost coming out here. Normally you'd have someone with the AWP on top, but the AK works just fine as well, or the M4 in this case, for holding strong. 11-1 as the scoreline. SK have already done a good job here in the first half. They don't really need much more, but they're going to try anyway. Spray not quite connecting there, but they see that a lot of people are coming around the corner. Molotov and Smoke cancelling each other out for no real reason. Not sure what that's about. FNX going to be ready for it if they come around the corner. Bondik, his shadow showing first, and FNX following up with a double kill there, leaving it in a 2-on-2.
His anti-flashes. Cold Zero, though. Easy kill for him on 0. Dead Fox trying to bait out the backstab, and it's not even there because Fallen's rotating in. He's going to be coming up ramp, and between the two of them, they should be able to pinch in on Dead Fox. So Dead Fox needs to win the duel straight up versus Fallen, but an excellent shot there from Fallen. Just ruins his dreams, and I mean, HellRaisers, they've been completely run over in this half. And this doesn't get any better for SK, because when it comes down to if there is a tie scenario, imagine this lead that they have right now, when a lot of these maps have been close, you know, like double digits for both teams. Yeah. If SK can get a dominant victory here, 16-2, 16-3, something along those lines, that would be a very feel-good result for SK. Give them quite a cushion to work with.
Oh, without a doubt. It really makes a difference. It's going to make a difference today at some point, I think.
I mean, it's 12-1 right now. This is monstrous.
Angel. Good thought. And Stiko going to try and follow up. He's just rushing in here. Look at the timing. That just beats the hell out of SK. They were not expecting that. Taco will get the refrag on Bondik, so he's out of the round. It's a 4-on-4 with the bomb down. HellRaisers. I know we always say better late than never, but I feel like even if they win the last round here, it's not going to make that big of a difference. But they're going to try anyway. Smoke is up towards the L-bend. And SK taking quite a bit of time to get into a position to try and retake this bomb site. Zero hopefully has coverage from the high ground. They're going to go for a bit of a boost here. Jumping and shooting, please, not again. It's going to be FNX missing the shot this time. There is a small amount of justice still left in the universe, and it is a 4-on-4 here. He's going to go down anyway. Zero and Stiko falling. Fur picking up more kills. Angel getting the spray through. It's a 1-on-1, and Taco comes charging through, and Angel going to win it with a double kill. HellRaisers going to pick up a second round here. Oh.
Wow, and he lives.
You heard the echo from the into the next round. 12-2 was the scoreline. I was going to say 12-12. That's not even a possible scoreline, Samler. You got to help me out with this stuff.
I like that. I like that SK Gaming actually took a leaf out of Fnatic's book in that retake. Look at that, where they just waited. They waited for like at least half that bomb timer just to see what HellRaisers would do and if they could figure out where people were holding from. And then they started to push in. Then they turned it into the firefight. And it somehow goes from a 4-on-4 retake to a 1-on-1. That's nuts. I mean, tit for tat the entire way through. So SK Gaming don't come out ahead that time, but it is the 15th round, last round of this first half. The best thing that they can hope for here, HellRaisers, is picking up a third round. But Dead Fox is going to catch out FNX, and there's actually nobody here on this A site to stop HellRaisers from walking up and getting control. Fallen is going to be the first man on the scene, but he misses his shots.
And now he's going to be a little bit worried that he doesn't get flanked right here. Backup is coming in through the hallways there, so he's a little bit safe now. But where's that bomb plant happening? It's only now just making its way onto the site. Bondic holding close. He's even got a Molotov here. No, he doesn't. Sorry, just still going to be the flashbang. My mistake. A little bit of spray going through the smoke. And Fur on the stairwell as well. The bomb has only just gone down, and now Bondic out of the round. Dead Fox as well. 3-on-4.
This is still so tough, but Stiko trying to hold on the site. He's going to get picked off. Fur finds him, and now it's Angel and Zero, last two alive, 2v4. They need to still cross out and get onto this site, but Fallen will get the pick on Zero. Angel putting up the best fight that he can, but Taco will eventually find him. Two players survive for SK. Plenty of time for this defuse. And a 13-2 first half scoreline here. An excellent performance here from SK. I mean, putting to rest all the doubts that we had going into this best of two.
Now, if I was a different team for HellRaisers, because I think it's really hard for them to see what's happening when they're in the game. But if I was one of the other top teams in this tournament watching SK right now, I would be thinking something that they fall to the Brazilians is once they give up a position on the map, if the other team moves forward quicker than you would normally expect, if they take a rush, if they run somewhere without walking, you know, they're quick in there. Then SK actually aren't ready for it a lot of the time. Like they're a little bit slow to sort of realize that someone could be rushing up. The best example was down in B when Stiko just ran in on the L bend and caught them as they were, you know, coming off the boost or coming off the jump there. But even this time, you know, Fallen running up to the A bomb site to try and rotate in, he was way out of position, and it's only because, you know, HellRaisers was so quick to get up there. So that's a bit of a weakness that could definitely be exploited if you're just looking for it. Now, second half coming up. Dead Fox with an important kill, and Angel Bondic helping out everybody getting a piece of the pie here. Just going to be Taco left.
What is going on? How fast does this have to happen? Completely wiped out SK Gaming, and well, the game is going to continue for a little while longer. It looks like HellRaisers are feeling a bit masochistic today.
Yeah, let's see if they can continue to fight. Honestly, yeah, I know I keep saying this, and half the people watching aren't going to believe it anyway, but this is 13-2 for the first half. It could have very easily been 9-6 in favor, still in favor of SK, but 6 rounds would have been fairly, it would be great for HellRaisers, in fact. They could have had that. They could have easily had that. I feel bad for them.
It's not yet time, exactly, because I think that they definitely would have stood a fighting chance then. I mean, they still have a chance here. SK, I mean, that's been the big note against them throughout this tournament, is that their T side has been completely absent. They've been really struggling hard to get, I mean, for what they used to have one of the most dangerous T sides, one of the most effective ones. Seems in this tournament they really haven't been able to connect the way that they used to, and so maybe HellRaisers do stand a chance if they can maintain a grip, you know, a death strangle grip is basically, or stranglehold. There we go, death hold, death grip, whatever. A grip on SK's economy. They could probably pull it off.
I was wondering if I should help out then, but I thought, now let's see how deep he can go with this. I'm just wondering. I was curious, you know. It's almost a science thing.
Gotta work on it a little bit, yeah.
Fur is going to be going down, Taco to fall, and HellRaisers holding on to this round just fine, which I think is good news if nothing else. SK, I could have seen them coming out with this with a big impact in this round. You know, 2 deagles, 1 scout, really never know. I was hoping,
Kevlar.
yeah, I was hoping they had found like a really fun boost, you know, with the scout. That was my big hope. Gotta be careful. He's being allowed to walk quite far in there before getting spotted, you know. He's the one taking the initiative. That's worth keeping an eye on. We are down to 30 seconds, though, and he does have a little bit of backup in Cold Zero here, but this should not be around for SK no matter what happens. Fallen down and out, and FNX is going to fall as well. Cold Zero next in line, and nobody goes down. Zero with a quad kill, going to feel pretty good for him. 13-4. And so the long road back into the game begins for HellRaisers.
Yeah, very solid work, actually. Keep everybody alive, maintain the economy. They didn't take any risks when it comes to having too many SMGs. They have a healthy mix between the rifles and the UMPs. So, I mean, SK Gaming now a very hard eco, given that they aren't getting anywhere near the bomb site to even get the bomb plant down. They can just dream of the $1,600 extra that they might have had if they'd had 2 plants by now. But I'm surprised to see them go for the default, considering they just have Glocks. Because it's almost just you want to group up, run and gun.
What is this? Come on.
It's ugly, Anders. That's what it is.
I just want to forget about that. There's Angel and Bondic both just wildly spraying with the UMPs, not really connecting with anything. Angel will be going down and falling this right around the corner. I don't think they realize he's walked in here. Or have they? I'm not sure. You can both see and shoot through that box, which I have been furiously trying to explain to people for a long time, and no one is listening ever, Semler. Breaks my heart.
Yeah,
Cold Zero.
Why is that?
I don't know. It might be because it's also dangerous to try and shoot through there, but I still wish someone would do it.
But the bullet ricochets back on you or something? I mean, it is at an angle.
Well, it's just I think you're a lot easier to hit if someone wallbangs the other way, you know? Because you have to be standing in like a very specific angle to do it. But still, it's really easy. You can even throw grenades under those boxes if you want to. You can actually put flashbangs under those boxes.
Aren't those? Isn't that like a bannable offense? Or
No. There's like a little gap. It's perfectly legit. It's perfectly legit.
Perfectly legit.
It is the 19th round coming up with... No, sorry, 19th. Yeah, it is. Wow, I was actually looking at first scoreline when I said that, and my brain just read it out loud. But it happened to be true, so I double mind-gamed myself. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit here. Fur does have 19 kills.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely doing work. I mean, this is, I think, a big reason why SK Gaming are so dominant right now is that, hey, Fur has shown up to play. Definitely a level that we haven't seen from him in quite some time. So, I mean, it is one map, it is one half, but let's see what they can actually do now that they've swapped onto the T side. Again, SK Gaming have definitely been struggling with their T sides, and I think it has a lot to do with just the cohesiveness of the unit when they try to go for their executes, when they try to go for the push. I feel like there's been a lack of confidence. When you watch, you feel like they aren't quite gelling. They're hesitating a bit too much. So we'll see if they can actually bring it together here versus HellRaisers, because a team like SK, they should have zero respect for HellRaisers. Confidence shouldn't be an issue. They should just be like, right, let's get these guys out of the way real quick so we can focus on the real game later on.
I agree. And again, if they're struggling against a team like, not that they're really struggling now, but if they end up doing that, that could be a really bad sign for what's to come. One hell of a grenade landing on Taco there, even with the armor, takes more than half HP away. And in the interest of round difference, again, SK want to close this map right now. Just win the next 3 rounds in a row and be done with it, move on to the second map and feel really good. SK going to try and make their way through, up by the restrooms, falling with a good refrag there, pushing in here. And, oh, what a shot, taking out Dead Fox. That's the entire A defense wiped out in seconds.
That's as good as it gets. And just a little luck of the draw. Dead Fox peaks at the wrong time, falling, boom, ready for it. And that is all SK Gaming needed. And really, this is just a catastrophe for HellRaisers. We didn't have to wait too long for it either, considering it's 13-5. It's soon to be 14-5. And again, SK Gaming are going to have a real chance at getting a huge round difference lead here over HellRaisers. Just
to highlight again, when this is the problem with holding solidly on the A-bomb side and not being more aggressive is... Yeah. When the first kill happens for SK, the rest of the players in A don't even have enough time to put down smokes or molotovs or anything. Assuming they had any left, they couldn't have done that. There wasn't enough time. So you get the information literally when the terrorists are on the bomb site. Oh damn, we've got to try and defend. Whereas if you think about other maps, I mean, now Inferno isn't really in the pool, but when it gets back in, which I'm sure it will. Think about Banana, for instance, where you get the information, then you fall back and put down a Molotov. You see the rushes coming, like you get all that time to react. That doesn't happen on Overpass if you're just on the A bomb side. You're just suddenly in a world of trouble, and that's what's happening to HellRaisers in that one round anyway. They can buy here, but if they lose this round, they can't, and then SK will cruise right through to map 2.
Exactly, which is Cobble. So, again, a bit of a feel-good moment there for HellRaisers.
Yeah.
They have that to fall back on at least. Overpass certainly is not working out for them right now, but it's not over yet. 14-5. And default approach from both teams, in fact. I mean, there is a little bit of a hold coming in from Dead Fox. He's got the AWP over on long. He is pushed up just a little bit. But everywhere else on the map, it's just quiet. They're playing so passively, HellRaisers. Look at that. I mean, all the way back at the back of B site. Yeah,
and again, we've just talked about what that could do. Another feature of another problem with that kind of setup is also the fact that SK are allowed to save a lot more grenades. They don't have to use too many of them just to take map control, which makes a difference as well. They are being very slow and careful right now. Not really too worried at the moment about the time, even though we are down to 50 seconds. The bomb has been picked up and it's being brought back around towards the B side. That's a big tell for those of us with a mini-map.
Yeah, that wrap. And it's Fur and Taco over there. Taco basically spends his life over on that side of the map towards B. It's pretty much his role to anchor that position on the map. And his teammates now going to be making their way towards short. And so the push through Monster, because they're so far back, I mean, Taco's already out to lead the way. He drops 0. And now it means that Styko has to go for some kind of heroics here on the other side of Toxic, and he might actually manage it because the Molotov is cleared, but Fur checks the angle, does not get caught off guard. Angel and Dead Fox, and now just Dead Fox, does manage to strike down coldzera. That was a nice shot, but not much hope here in a 1v3.
Well, tried for the flashy no-scope, not really going to happen here. 15-5 map point for SK. HellRaisers. Very little information. Again, the first point of engagement is when SK are on the slope in B. That's how far back they are. I understand they're trying to play it safe, but this is so safe that you have no information of what's happening on the map at all. The only real information they had was actually Bondik up at the restrooms, who heard them running back, but he was inside the smoke, and he delayed a bit pushing through, and you can't blame him. It could have been a fake, right? So they weren't quite sure about that one. Angel running through the 5-7, and while in the meantime they're pushing through the monster tunnel, Dead Fox close with the Deagle, trying to do some damage here, but he's going to get run down. coldzera taking out Angel, and it is a 4-on-2 now. Styko and Bondik left, and Bondik with the FAMAS here, trying to deny the plant fall, and he's going to be able to get it through, and that's the end of it. 16-5, SK wiping out HellRaisers here on Overpass, in spite of what really was a close game for the first 6 or 7 rounds. But yes, after that, I think I'm going to blame all of it on that jump shot. Shame on you. Was it Fur or FNX? I can't remember. Shame on you, Fur. Just taking away their life force and spirit at that point in time.
Hopes and dreams, snuffing them.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those times, man, where we're seeing, this is the difference between a truly world-class team in fine form versus a team that's still trying to come up. I mean, this is a big surprise tournament for HellRaisers, where I think they surprised everybody with the level that they were able to beat or show us, and that they were able to compete in basically a group of death. I mean, as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
You have an incredible roster of teams that are here, basically the best in the world, and then you have HellRaisers, the odd man out. Yeah. And so, you know, if the teams with HellRaisers in the group, they're thinking, oh, great, okay. I mean, they're going to be good, but we'll have to be careful, but we should be able to get those wins. And I think they've impressed everybody by splitting in their first 2 best-of-2s. Like, they've actually taken maps off of their opponents. So, still, this is SK. This is what SK are capable of.
It is. Now, I mean, we are going to get to learn something interesting about HellRaisers, though, now as a team, which is how good are they at resetting. Yeah, they're going to come into Cobble, and they'll have you a couple of minutes here to just think things through. They should be able to you know, come back in and relax. That's a really important, you know, property of any team. So I hope they're able to do something like that. Yeah, I think we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk. So, Alex, please help us, you know, elaborate a little bit on how big of a spanking that was that HellRaisers took.
A spanking, yeah. Okay, we'll go.